We're going to begin with talking about pressure, growing pressure on President Biden from inside his own party after last week's very poor debate performance. And we now have a new CBS News poll. While the presumptive nominees are functionally tied, and our national poll shows a shift towards former President Trump. Now, our last poll had President Biden leading very slightly. The president was also ahead in battleground states in the last poll. Now he is behind by 3 points, though that is still within the margin of error. This comes as the White House offers multiple explanations for the president's debate performance. Nancy Cordes is at the White House yesterday. Nancy, good morning. That White House press briefing was one for the books.
It really was, Gayle, because now you've got the president saying that it was jet lag, the White House saying that it was a cold and just an off night, while Democrats have begun to say publicly they think it's something more. To counteract that notion, the president is now adding more campaign trips and a network interview to the schedule, but it is not clear that that's going to be enough to stop the fallout.
At a fundraiser in Virginia last night, President Biden offered a new explanation for his poor debate performance. I decided to travel around the world a couple of times shortly before the debate, he said. I didn't listen to my staff, and then I almost fell asleep on stage. Biden did travel back and forth to France, Italy, and California the first half of June. But he returned to D.C. 11 days before the debate.
Look, if we finally beat Medicare.
And the White House press secretary had a different explanation for Thursday's debacle.
The president had a cold. He had a cold and a bad night.
She insisted Biden is not suffering from something more serious.
He can do the job. He can.
But even as she spoke, a New York Times report was taking Washington by storm, citing White House and foreign officials who said Biden has, quote, increasingly appeared confused or listless, and even sometimes seems to freeze up. On Tuesday, Texas Congressman Lloyd Doggett became the first Democratic lawmaker to call on Biden to step aside.
The president cannot make the kind of effort that we need in these closing days to prevent Trump and his gang from taking over.
And now other Democrats are opening up about their concerns.
Like a lot of people, I was pretty horrified.
We have to be honest with ourselves that it wasn't just a horrible night.
You can see it. The dam is breaking, a Biden donor told CBS News. There are nonstop phone, email, and text conversations going on. As donors toss around names of possible replacements, veteran Congressman Jim Clyburn said the vice president should be the only alternative if Biden steps aside.
This party should not in any way do anything to work around Ms. Harris. We should do everything we can to bolster her, whether it's in second place or at the top of the ticket.
In a brief interview with CBS News, Vice President Harris said this.
Look, Joe Biden is our nominee. We beat Trump once, and we're going to beat him again, period.
President Biden himself is getting involved in the damage control today, meeting with Democratic governors, some virtually and some in person here at the White House. He needs their support, so we'll see what they advise him to do, especially since some of them, Tony, have presidential aspirations of their own.
Yeah, this issue's not going away. Nancy, thank you very much.